very hot with 3 threes. So this team right now, offensively, they really have it going. We're going to see who can come out there and establish their defensive identity. That'll probably be the team that wins this ball game.
Royal was just 2 of 7 in the first half. Now 2 of 8. That's the thing, Brendan. Illinois stopped Mobley and Royal in the opening 20, and Stojakovic, he's up to half a dozen.
And that's what Stojakovic does well. Gets downhill, really an aggressive driver.
Gordon slashing, taking some contact, kick in for 3. No. His first bucket after having 29 on Saturday.
And boy, did Noel need to see that one go in. We talked about the big game that he had at Northwestern, and then 0 points in the first half and some foul trouble really slowed him down.
Jerkovic with a big first half. They brought that double that we've been talking about. Shot clock at 10. Andrei Stojakovic.
This excellent defense.
Wagler. Short, and the Buckeyes clear.
Everybody for Ohio State on the string right there. The double teams were aggressive. The movement out of the double teams was great as well. And then we see Mobley on the other end getting it done with the floater.
Brendan, one thing Jake Diebler said is when Mobley would struggle early in a game last year, sometimes he would wilt. He has not done that tonight.
Well, listen, that's the growth from year to year. Sometimes you figure out, hey, just because shots aren't falling early, that doesn't mean that that's going to have to determine what type of ball game it's going to be for me. You stick with it, you get a little bit mentally tougher, and you start hitting shots in the second half.
Haley was just off. Look at Stojakovic get downhill. Long offensive rebound. Illinois, one of the better teams in the country on the offensive glass. Stojakovic can't hit, make it a third opportunity.
Stojakovic only shooting 27% from the three-point line. Not really a knockdown three-point shooter. Even in his previous stops, he only shot 32% at his best. But under 30, sub 30%, that's Strugglesville for this young man. He definitely can shoot the ball better than that.
The Illini started so hot from 3. 4 of their first 7. Since 3 of 10. 10 on the shot clock.
So this is where you got to cut.
Levicic looking for the corner, and Royal was there. How about the Buckeyes' defensive activity to start the second half? How is it different?
The Buckeyes are definitely loaded up there. Boxes and elbows, they're right where they're supposed to be. On the flip side, if you're Illinois, when you throw that ball in the post, don't just throw it and watch. Throw it and cut through and see what the defense does and reacts. You might create a lane for the ball handler to actually score because they're watching the guy that's cutting.
6 on the shot clock here for the Illini.
Boswell's got to go.
Well, it's with 4 now. He realizes it. Levicic from deep was short.
Listen, I'll tell you what. I played with a guy you might have heard of. His name was Michael Jordan. He was pretty good. He hated, if you threw him that ball with 2 seconds on the shot clock, he would throw it right back to you, and you get a shot clock violation. He said, do not throw me that hot potato. Don't do that. Don't throw it to me with under 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Boswell commits the foul. And if you have not seen the latest installment of Mike Tirico's sit-downs with Michael Jordan, check it out across our NBC Sports platforms. The latest on that love for the game in the contract.
Hey, man. MJ definitely loved the game, I'll tell you that. Different level.
Mobley heating up.
Yes, indeed. Excellent cut. Came right to the lane. Nobody for Illinois there when he cut them. Uncontested floater.
Mirkovic with a hand in his face.
Wow.
He's got 14 4-made triples.
Are we positive the three-point shooting percentage said 29% to start this game?
That's what it said.
Guys that normally shoot 29%, guys that normally shoot 29% from 3 don't just walk into three-point shots like this. Look, if you shoot 29% from 3, you normally don't have this level of confidence, but started out hot. Young man wants to see if he still is hot, and the answer is an emphatic yes.
He entered the night 10 of 34 on the season from downtown. On this night, 4 of 5, and we've got just less than 17 minutes to go. Bynum is checked in. That's muscle tough.
That's bully ball at its finest. Wasn't clearly really sure where Bynum was going with it, but he knew.
Meeting number 194 5 between these two conference foes. Illinois leads the series 112-82. Both coaches said it's always a battle when we meet as we get a foul on Amari Bynum. That's his third.
And you see Bynum right here driving the basket, going right into the defender's chest. That's what you got. That is how you negate a shot blocker's ability to block shots. You go into the chest, give him a little bit of a bump to keep him off balance, and then you just lay it up right in his face.
Boswell, head of steam, little bit off.
Boswell's down. Ohio State got numbers. They got to push it. Got to take advantage.
Guys, last slide at 34-33. They've tied it. It's Thornton, 26.
Thornton knew right away. As soon as Boswell went down, he knew to push the tempo, push the action.
Listen to Columbus. Number 13 in blue got it back. Mirkovic, backdoor left open. Stojakovic found lunch.
And that is exactly what I was talking about. We're about to go to a timeout on to have really good NBA careers. But more importantly, I cannot believe our producer in the break with a straight face asked me.
Ryan Burke, everybody.
Ryan Burke asked me, Did you play with Kendall Gill?
Yeah, well, we were all thinking it.
I'm like, come on, bro. I know I'm getting older, but I didn't play with Kendall Gill. He's gonna ask me, did I play against Phi Slamma Jamma next?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, come on, man.
You can still hoop, right?
No, I cannot hoop. My left knee is gone. I left it all on the court.
One-on-one post game, you in?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Absolutely not. I want no parts.
Mirkovic with a turnover. All right, just the fourth giveaway by Illinois. So tell me, the way this game's going, who does it favor stylistically?
Stylistically, because it's offensively pleasing and getting up and down, it favors Illinois. But with a guy as hot as Bruce Thornton, he can be the great equalizer. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Entry to Knoll. He was quiet in the first half. Second effort, full time. Okay.
I like the way he stuck with it. Looked like he kind of blew the layup inside, but he didn't get his head down, stayed with it, and went in to finish. He's frustrated, but he has to keep his head. You still got the 2 points, but he's frustrated that he missed the first layup.
Brent Underwood is making a case on the sidelines.
I think he's trying to say that no one touched the ball. I think he thinks that's a turnover by Knoll.
Tim Comer in an animated discussion. DJ Carsonson, Jeffrey Anderson, great crew in Columbus, a 1-point game. Slavivicic looking for Stojakovic, and that's a push from behind by Royal. That's Royal's third foul.
But more importantly, that's back-to-back really good cuts by Stojakovic. The first time he cut to the basket on the weak side, he was able to get the and one. This time he gets the back. Look, right there, quick back door, great eye contact, and it ended up being a foul, but that was going to lead to a corner three.
And now because of the third foul on Devin Royal, Gabe Cupps comes back in for Ohio State.
That's huge. Devin Royal averaging 13 points per game on the season. He'll have to go sit down for a little bit as he deals with foul trouble.
Cupps, the transfer from Indiana. Shot clock at 12. Mirkovic with the left hand out of control.
I was about to say, if he hit that one.
You watch Ohio State shoot around in practice. Gabe Cupps is such an energy guy.
Yes, he is. Everything Ohio State does is about energy, speed, toughness.
Now we've got a foul on Mirkovic. So that's his second.
But getting back to Ohio State and what they do and how they preach toughness, have you seen a more intense shoot around?
No.
Like that, their shoot around was intense from the go. No wasted motion. Everybody going through everything hard, doing things the right way. You can definitely tell a good culture is being set here.
Well, that's the son of a longtime high school legend, Jake Diebler, coming from a basketball family. We know his brother John well, and what a career he had in college. So many threes made here. Jake was set to go to Army. he failed his physical. Had one D1 hoops offer. It was from Homer Drew in Valparaiso. And Jay Diebler said, God has a plan. I thought I was going to enlist. I thought I was going to be an Army. My path changes to Valpo. I don't fall in love with coaching without that pivot and playing for Coach Drew.
Well, listen, man, sometimes you have a plan, and then sometimes life hands you a plan. And that last foul, though, was on Keelan Boswell. That's his third, so that's huge. Let's see how that impacts the Illini and how are they able to make up for him not being on the court.
Because Boswell is sitting down, just mentioned, Wagler, Davis checks in, Mirkovic, Big Z.
I like it.
Savannamir Ivisic finishes.
Ivisic understood he had a serious height advantage. What's that, 7'2" against 6'2"? and 6'2", I'm being generous. And he went right to his hook shot, even though the double was there.
In and out for Thornton. Ivisic with his 5th rebound. Wagler, mature beyond his years, says his coach. Ivisic. Oh, man, we got a collision. That was a crash.
Big-time contact.
It's on Cups. Does that not show you the maturity of Wagler, who was pursuing the rebound there, a freshman, making the dirty play?
Well, Wagner understands that most of the time when guards guard him, he's going to have an advantage with the size because he's 6'6". And right there, he goes inside, he's not leaking out, and he forces Cups to hold on for dear life right there.
Colin White checks in for Mobley. Sophomore, Ohio kid. Big Ten opener for Illinois. Game 2 in the Big Ten for Ohio State is now we get a foul on Tilly. And here's the deal. There's 13 minutes to go in regulation, and Ohio State is out of fouls to get.
And right now, if you're playing for Illinois, you got to understand the foul situation. Don't settle. Everything right now, we're going to be in the bonus, and eventually we'll be in the double bonus. As we see a little bit of an offensive foul right there. But I like the thought process. Hey, you know we got him in the bonus, 13 minutes left to play. I want everything going towards the basket.
It's on Keaton Wagler, just his first. Now that's the 4th team foul in Illinois. So they just have 2 left. We could see a lot of free throws. These 2 teams are 3rd and 4th in the Big Ten in free throw percentage, just over 77%. Tilly thought about it. Thornton. Shot clock at 8. Cups. Back to Tilly. Where are they going to go?
He checked the shot clock, so I know he knows it. Tilly checked the shot clock at the other end, so he understood the shot clock was running down.
Stojakovic can get downhill in a hurry, Brendan.
Yes, he does. Attacking downhill, curls, drives, everything. That is his calling card. You see the last name, you know his father, Petar Stojakovic. You think he's going to be a spot-up shooter, but that's not his game. His game is actually the opposite.
And he was out 7 weeks with a knee injury.
Yes, he was.
What resilience by him. Comes way short. Look what he found. A miss by Tilly, and now a foul on Tilly. That's his 4th.
And that complicates things. That's a silly foul. That's a frustration foul. Reversal on the confident offensive player. They're going to miss him. They can't bring him back at least for the next 5 to 7 minutes.
Well, that means Ivan Njegovan averages just 11 minutes per game, checks in. Savannamir Ivisic. That's the first Illinois missed free throw. They were 13 for 13 until that shot. If you're just joining us, Bruce Thornton has 26, had 24 in the first half. Into Royal on a post-up. That was something Illinois stressed at shoot-around.
Yes, indeed. They love that play. That's Royal's play. They run a lot of misdirection action, but they want to get him slicing to the post right there because he does a great job of sealing and finishing, which is almost like a lost art. You see him right there, that strong side duck-in. Strong side and weak side duck-ins are almost out of the game. I love the fact that Ohio State and Royal, they're still leaning into that. That's something he does very well, and an easy way to steal buckets.
Now Royal is fouled by Davis, and that's the last Illinois foul to get. And that's Davis's 3rd foul. So both teams have mounted foul trouble. Jay Davis has played 4 minutes and he has 3 fouls.
Man, I mean, he's getting his money's worth, I'll tell you that.
And now, Illinois is at the limit. Homrick House. And so we're going to have free throws. We'll have free throws the rest of the way.
So now with both teams being in the bonus, both ball clubs have to play smart. You can't have any ticky-tack fouls, any reach-ins, anything that will send your opponent to the free throw line where he can get 1 to 2 free throws without doing a lot of work, without actually having to earn them.
1 and 1 for an 82% free throw shoot. Why has it never been a better time in college basketball, partner?
Well, right now, college basketball, we're seeing more games like this where we're seeing so much offensive flow, higher level play. First of all, we have a great freshman class, so we have a lot of really talented basketball players. And then we're seeing an influx of overseas talent come in. And also, the last part is NIL. A lot of people are critical of NIL because NIL is keeping guys in school, guys that might have been second round picks or not even got drafted that would leave school early. Now because they can get a couple $1 million, they're staying, they're playing at a high level, and the game is flourishing because of it.
Stojakovic can't ring the bell. Who would you have signed with when you were playing NIL-wise?
NIL-wise, whoever was paying. I'll tell you what, playing at Carolina, dunking everything back when I had 2 good knees, yeah, I'd have probably made about $3 million a year, easy.
Mobley was long, and he'll go back to the line.
I'm not complaining, though. You see Mobley right here, the nice drive to the basket. Nobody stops him. When you turn that corner and you don't see anybody over there, you just keep going to the basket, and you either get 1, 2, or 3.
Brad Underwood asking who the foul was on. It's John Mobley. Junior steps to the line. The foul was on Homrick House. That's his second. Now that Mirkovic has just checked back in for Illinois. A little quieter in this second half. If you're just joining us, Illinois led 48-42 after 1 half. That is an offensive display. Goes 1 for 2. We've got a 3-point game with 11 minutes to go. What do you think it'll ultimately come down to?
I think it's going to come down to offensive execution and also who can play without fouling. We talked about both these teams already being in the bonus. So whatever team can play excellent defense without putting that team on the free throw line, they're going to have a good chance to pull it out.
8 on the shot clock. Wadler hoists and connects. He is only a freshman.
And once again, this is the second time he's got that matchup where Noel's been on him. And every single time he's attacked it, and good things have happened. In the first half, it was a layup. This time, it was a step back 3.
Royal. Over the back. Free throws. Bynum just committed his 4th. They just fell in love with his competitive nature, and they said, you know what? We'll rely on our strength and conditioning program. Who cares that he's 160 pounds? We'll bulk him up.
Well, that's what you got to do. When you go in and you see a guy, and he's talented, but he might not be the biggest guy in the world, that's part of player development. You have to understand, hey, we can develop you. We can get you stronger. But the things that he has, we can't teach. He's smart. He's competitive. Great vision. Doesn't turn the ball over. High basketball IQ. Those are winning intangibles.
Every time the Buckeyes start to close in, Illinois gets a little bit of cushion like they have now at 8.
Yeah, this might, with 10 minutes left, this might be time for Thornton to really start turning up again. He was the main reason they were in the ball game in the first half. Hasn't done much in the second. He might have to get to it.
Royal, stop, top shot, and he hit it. Devin Royal with 11.
And he has that type of game. It's kind of a throwback, that combo 3-4. He can play on the perimeter, but he can post you up inside also.
Stojakovic on an island. That's going the other way. It's on Stojakovic's 3rd.
Yes, but that's great defense right there by Ohio State. They understand the assignment. Stojakovic more of a driver than a shooter. Mobley right there. And you see Thornton right there in the gap. As soon as Stojakovic goes into Mobley, he takes that charge. And a lot of that was because Thornton was right there in that gap. He was not giving up the space. I will keep repeating it. That was an emphasis. They were heavy on pick and roll coverage and staying in gaps and forcing those guys to play in traffic.
Thornton, he could do that in his sleep. 28 points for Bruce Thornton.
I said it was Bruce Thornton time, and he must have heard me. He's got to keep it going.
Coach Haywood.
Let's get a nice ring to it.
Wagler, weaving. Look at this battle. Wagler and Thornton. Thornton wins the battle. Buckeyes clear. And this building's starting to sense maybe another surge. Mobley. That's a foul on Wagler. It'll be 1-1. His second.
Excellent play by Mobley, though. On the handoff, Drew 2 was trying to flip it back. Noel was wide open for 3, but they ended up fouling Mobley on the pass.
You got to wonder, too. Kylan Boswell has the 3 fouls. When his coach will say, all right, to our leader, number 4, it's time.
Well, right now you're still up 4. I think Coach Underwood maybe you'll try to steal another minute or 2, see how things are going. But this team, we talked about their strength. They have multiple ball handlers. So you still have Stojakovic, you still have Wagler. They don't feel like they definitely need to get Boswell in right now. And then the 2 free throws, that'll definitely help the cause.
That's an 85% free throw shooter going 0 for 2. And by the way, that last foul made Illinois put them at the 10 foul mark in this half. So it's double bonus. And now we get a ticky-tack on Mobley that's going to send Stojakovic to the line. That is the 36th foul of this game.
Guys getting a little handsy out there.
Well, you bring up a good point because both coaches talked about that this morning.
Yeah, you have to play. You have to play without fouling, but at the same time, both of these coaches were emphasizing being physical and being tough, not letting guys move around with impunity, making them fight for every inch on that basketball court.
Andre Stojakovic back to the line. He hits the first. Change to go. Illinois is 17 for 18 at the free throw line.
Oh, nice split by Thornton.
He'll go to the line for a pair.
He just understands how to play. Like right there, come off that pick and roll. He just always makes the right decision. He knows right here, as soon as he comes off, big fella's out of place, quick split, get downhill, and then use the rim as protection as he goes for the reverse. That split right there is everything. That's reading the coverage. Understanding that the Illini want to impact the ball handler, which means they want to step out on that screen and force him back the other way. He read it, quick move inside, and he was right downhill.
Bruce Thornton with 1,676 career points, 9th on the career scoring chart. He said he knows how to play.
Right.
When you have a guy like that on your team, how much does it benefit everybody else?
Well, it benefits everybody because, first of all, he keeps you in quality possessions. And the second thing, when you're out of position, he can help you out. Like, hey, this is what I'm seeing. Like, you have to tilt, you have to cut, you have to understand where to be. And he's that type of leader. He's a voice on this team.
Give him 30. His career high is 38.
Listen, we got 8 minutes to play. I think there's a strong chance he gets that.
Stojakovic took the contact. He'll go back to the line.
And Stojakovic, we talked about his strength being his driving ability, and he has been relentless driving the basketball. Thornton right there faked and got back. I think he probably should have just stayed in the gap. A guy like Stojakovic, he can pass, but he doesn't have the greatest vision when he does that. He really wants to drive and attack and get downhill. I think Thornton would have been better off staying in the gap and forcing Stojakovic to make that pass to the weak side.
Andre Stojakovic. Brad Underwood has had the honest conversations with him as Kylan Boswell checks back in. You think about Illinois. They have a nice blend of returning talent like Boswell, like Tommy Slavicic, and others. And then this mix of the transfers that they brought in, a guy like Keaton Wagler, Brad Underwood really epitomizes the way the roster in today's day and age is built.
Yeah, this team is really coming together. And if you're a coach, you have to be versatile. You got to be able to go through the transfer portal. You got to be able to recruit high school guys, overseas guys. You got to be able to get guys from everywhere.
He can do it and has done it. And it's why the Illini made the Elite Eight a couple years back.
Look like he has a strong chance to make the Elite Eight again.
Oh, bingo. That time Thornton came ready.
That's what I was talking about. Last time he kind of got in that gap and jumped out. This time he understood the assignment, ends up with a strip.
Royal just playing bully ball. No. Boswell clears.
Boswell has been surprisingly quiet tonight. Only 3 points. Averaging 17 on the season. Has been able to get it going tonight.
And now another foul. It's going to take us to a timeout. Jeffrey Anderson says it's on the
Serbian nightclub either. Been to some nightclubs in my day, but not a Serbian nightclub.
We'll line up a summer trip.
I don't think my wife would approve.
Neither would mine. 71-64, Illinois on top. All right, so if you're Ohio State, how do you find a way over the hill? Because every time they've gotten close, Illinois has had the advantage.
Well, if you're Ohio State, for me, it comes down to Devin Royal and obviously Bruce Thornton. I want Bruce Thornton making decisions at the top of the key and pick and roll action, or maybe I'm posting up Royal in the mid to low block. But those are the guys that I want to have the ball.
Thornton has 30, his fifth 30-point game. Mobley, another foul.
He was determined right there. As soon as when Mobley got in that lane, he would not be denied.
Foul number 40.
Right here, as soon as Mobley gets in there, he understands, listen, I like my chances, I like my matchup, I'm going to be aggressive, and I'm going to figure out a way to get to the free throw line. That's a smart play. That young man knows that they're in the bonus. If I get contact, I'm going right to the stripe, where he's normally money.
It's on Zavon there, 6, as now Mobley has missed 3 in a row. He had missed 3 on the whole season entering the night. As now Tomislav will come in for his twin brother. What's amazing is no member of the Illini has 4 fouls. You've got some with 3. Bynum and Tilly have 4 apiece, and both are in the game for the Buckeyes right now. So that's something to watch. Number 1 for Ohio State, number 13, each with 4.
And Ohio State going into a little bit of that trap again, but now they're dropping. Before they dropped into a man-to-man coverage. This time they're going into a 1-3-1. And I like the 1-3-1s or the 3-2 defenses even a little bit better than 2-3s because they don't give up the gaps in the middle, but somebody fell asleep. But
look at Mirkovic fighting.
Mirkovic missed the layup, though. He was right in the right spot, right in the middle. All he had to do was take his time and finish.
Thornton. Bruce Thornton with 30 points. Royal to Tilly, got a couple men in the air. That was smart basketball.
Smart play by Tilly right there. He knew he was surrounded. Illinois overreacted to the pump fake. He went right to, I couldn't tell who, but he went right into the defender's body. Let's look at the pass again by Royal. Tilly with the pump fake, and that's Mirkovic on the foul.
It is on David Mirkovic. That's his 3rd. And so now back to Tilly at the free throw line. So huge for Ohio State in the 1-point win over Notre Dame. He's an 83% free throw shooter. 9 players in this game with 3 or more fouls. As Stojakovic checks back in, and we still have 6 and change on the clock.
Yeah, listen, we have a lot of time to play in this basketball game. Only a 5-point game. Like I said, it's going to be interesting. Who's going to be able to execute? And as we keep talking about the parade to the foul line, who is going to be able to play great defense without foul?
1 of 2 for Tilly. Ohio State is 11 for 17 at the line. Illinois is 20 of 22.
And that's the ball game in a nutshell right there.
Back in this zone.
One team is taking advantage of their opportunity at the stripe. The other's leaving a little bit of money on the ground.
12 on the shot clock. It's the key pass to Tomislav Ivicic. Down to 5. Stojakovic with 4. Stojakovic with a spin. Difficult shot.
That's tough. That is tough. Looked like Stojakovic had nowhere to go. He's been getting downhill. That time Ohio State did a good job of cutting him off, and Stojakovic went to the spin cycle.
17, Ohio State comes right back. It's Tilly who's into double figures.
Ohio State's going to stay with the zone. And even though Stojakovic was able to score that last bucket, it was a tough play.
Welcome to the Big Ten. 5 minutes to go in a 5-point game. This conference is as strong as any.
And I like this chess move by the Ohio State coaching staff, going to this zone late in the ball game.
Stojakovic in and out. Thornton tried to get the board. Now the timer went off there. A little confusion, shouldn't have. And that's a shoving foul. It's on Mobley.
Games are won and lost on possessions like that. Like, just let the ball go out of bounds and see what happens. But there's no need for the push.
He was the youngest player at the 2023 U20 European Championship. Was David Mirkovic. He averaged 9 and 4. Has represented on the Montenegro senior national team at FIBA Eurobasket. So he brings tremendous experience already. He's got 18 and 7 tonight. And the Illini up by 7 with less than 5 to go. Looking for a third quad 1 win already.
Great defense by Stojakovic. And that's something that the coaching staff has challenged him to do. They understand he can score the ball. He's been able to score the ball at Stanford and at Cal. But they want him to also focus on his defense and his rebounding. Ohio State must like what they see. They're sticking with the zone.
It's definitely forced Illinois into action later. Now you're at 11 on the shot clock, and Brendan, you've thrown 1 pass.
Well, when you go man-to-man all game and then you switch over to a zone, you can really throw teams off, especially because if you think about it, most teams only really have, 2 to 3 zone plays? So now they're trying to figure it out, and a lot of that's for a 2-3 zone. This is looking more like a 3-2, and those are a little bit hard to play against.
Boswell, fresh 20 there off kickball, down to 10.
I will say this, Illinois needs to start screening this zone.
Wagler with 4. Wagler 2, Boswell with 3. Kylan Boswell, Euro!
That's a travel right there.
Yes, it is. Too many steps, and Brad Underwood has scampered to half court.
Coach doesn't think it's a travel, but it definitely will.
Brendan, what do the Buckeyes have to do?
Buckeyes right now got to score. And when you talk about scoring, that starts with Bruce Thornton. He doesn't have to score the basketball, but he needs to be the initiator. Either he's finishing the play with a bucket or getting an assist.
He's got 5 of those helpers tonight. He's got 30, 8 off his career high, 8 on the shot clock here, down to 7. Mobley, little fake, got 2 men in the air. That was beautiful.
Exquisite footwork by Mobley. Little Hezzo show and go on the baseline. Then a Euro step and the pump fake to get to the other side. And boy, did Ohio State need that one right there.
First road game for the Illini, and they deal with this atmosphere.
Illinois needs to screen the zone. Right now, they're moving the ball from side to side. You need to screen the zone, whether that's on the top or even on the backside. You want to make guys in the zone a little bit late on their zone slides.
Wagler, it's ridiculous.
That is how you answer a big-time bucket. You want to win games on the road, you got to hit shots like that. Close them out.
Mobley, way off, into the hands of Thornton. 2:40 to go. Peyton Wagler with 21 in his Big Ten opener. Royal is fouled.
But more importantly, that's 4 for Boswell.
Yes, it is. Brendan, can you believe this kid's toughness and maturity?
Right here, Boswell did a great job, got it right back to Wagler, and he knocks it down. No hesitation. That's what I love. Sometimes you get these freshmen in the bright lights. On the road, they're a little bit hesitant. No fear. Ice water in his veins.
Devin Royal, 82% free throw shooter. Huge ones here. Double bonus. Ohio State with 3 timeouts. Illinois with 3 timeouts. Both teams in the double bonus. The arrow with the Illini. And it bears noting, Both coaches have their challenge.
Yeah, and that's what you're supposed to do. If you're a coach, you want to save them because coming down the stretch of a ball game like this, that can be between winning and losing.
Because on an out-of-bounds call, the officials can no longer just go themselves. You need that challenge. It's so critical late in these games.
Like I said, I like this press back into the zone. You know, this time they're going pressing the man, so they're trying to confuse Illinois. Wagler has a matchup he can take. He's calling for the clear out.
Caden Wagler with 21 points. You talk about this freshman class, this man is telling you he needs to be in the headlines. Tilly, who's in there with 4 fouls with straight-up defense, 3.9.
Great defense by Tilly right there. Coming on the weak side, crossing the midline, but more importantly, playing defense without fouling. You see right there, he understands to step up, gets vertical, and the hands don't come down. That's the key. You see a lot of big men get in that situation. They bring the hands down, ends up with a silly foul.
Mirkovic, short, Boswell with a huge offensive rebound, and then he's fouled. The little things.
It is the little things. Boswell only standing about 6'2", but he went in there and he made sure that he was the only one that's going to get that rebound. So as soon as the shot goes up, he's fighting for that space, and then he just goes and takes it away from Mobley. As soon as the shot goes up, he understands the position he needs to get to. No one was getting that rebound except Boswell.
81% free throw shooter.
And that's what you talk about when you talk about winning plays. A lot of times people think winning plays are, yeah, they can be step-back threes and crossover and dribbles. But just having the smarts to understand where to be on an offensive rebound, get the set rebound, get fouled on the play.
We've got a foul. A foul was called by Jeffrey Anderson on Tomislav Ivicic.
That's just not a smart foul.
No.
It's not a smart for you. You've been in the bonus since 13 minutes on the clock.
Let's see this again.
It looked like he hit him on the head. And that's what it looked like to me, but more importantly, like right here, I might let that one go.
Well,
what do you think, John?
I think that's a play on. Tilly to the line.
But in that situation, you don't want to put yourself in that situation to be close. When that offensive rebound goes up, if it's not directly right there at your hands, you don't want to have the slap and the follow through and potentially give someone like Tilly a chance to hit 2 free throws.
83% free throw shooter makes